Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you about how easy it is to pick up marketing. So when it comes down to it, marketing is really simple. So it's just your ability to persuade or influence people to purchase a certain item. Now this can be, say, obvious. For example, you go into a shop, you see something on the shelf and your eye is drawn to it and you buy it. So it's not something that's necessarily being sold. It could be being sold by its packaging. Doesn't matter how it's being sold, right? But that's just the simple process of someone goes into a shop, sees the item and gets the item, all right? Then there's stuff like subliminal advertising. So for example, I watched a film called The Men Who Stare at Goats, and I saw this wonderful little thing called The Predator Defender, and it was in a brilliant scene and it was very funny. And I thought, heck, I want to get one of those things. It seems like a right laugh. So I picked up the Predator Defender and I've loved it ever since. So that was subliminal. Another example of how to do this would be McDonald's is very good at it. So, for example, whenever you order McDonald's, they will send a box of chicken nuggets and they'll send a lot of dips with it. Now, you're never going to use that much dip when you've got chicken nuggets, but they're sending you 4 dips, so I got like 3 dips left over. And that means that when all of these are in my fridge, whenever I need tomato sauce, I've got their little logo there. All right, so that's a little bit of subliminal marketing. And it's just stuff that's there, and you can either use it full frontal and you can put adverts out and get it out to people, it's really easy, or you can do it very subtly. But these are just skills that you pick up and learn. I mean, you could do this so easily. And one of the ideas behind branding, for example, is when you've got sort of a product that will sit on someone's shelf, that brand is always going to be in the room with them. So it's like you've got these people walking around town with Adidas shoes on. You know, you can see those are Adidas, you can see their logo, and that brand is always going out and it's just advertising for people. People pay more so that they can advertise for brands. So when it comes down to it, you've just got to look at the way that you're sort of running your business. And when it comes to dealing with people as well, think about it like this. When you went in for your first job interview, what were you selling? You were selling yourself. When you put your CV in, you're selling yourself. You're getting yourself out there. So if you're able to do that, if you're able to sell yourself to a person and say, hey, I can pay a contract for this building, you know, if you're able to sell yourself to a business, you're able to sell a product. So when it comes down to it, when I have to deal with a business and they tell me, oh, I can't learn marketing, it just feels very weird for me, because we're doing that every day. When you go on a date with someone, you're trying to sell yourself. You're trying to say, hey, these are all the good reasons that you want to pick me up. So it's you can integrate it really well with your life, and it's a skill that everybody can use. It's like when I go to a business meeting, let's say they've not hired me yet, I've got to sell myself. I've got to persuade them that I'm the right guy for the job. And I can do this in a variety of ways, but it is just training and experience. It's like picking up anything for the first time. The first time you ever saw like a phone like this, first time you ever saw this, and you moved off your Nokia phone if you had one, it was complicated, it was hard. The first time you pick up a computer or an iPad, all it takes is just a little bit of practice, and then you can become good at doing something. So when it comes down to it, it's really simple. You've just got to identify the type of person you want to sell to and find the right way to get through to those people. And this information can be looked up, it can be studied. I'm teaching it on my channel. It's really vital to use. It's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to be really good at fixing the deal with somebody? So let's say we're just taking it back to dating. You want to be really good and persuasive. Learn how to close. Learn how to close and make it so that people flow through the conversation with you, and it becomes like second nature. This is really good if you want to sell yourself in the business. It's like, okay, in the first thing, you just got to learn how to write your CV out. When you're in the interview, you've just got to be able to sell yourself, and you've got to be able to close that deal. Make it so that people see the value in you as a person. So it's a skill that can help you in multiple areas. Any type of deal, social interaction you make, it's all marketing at the end of the day. And learning things like digital marketing, how to put stuff out on Facebook and stuff, it's so easy. And I'm going to be teaching a lot of that on my channel. So there's no reason to not learn it, because even if you're not being a marketer or not studying marketing, it's still a really valuable skill to have, and it's one of the most useful that I've ever picked up. The two most useful skills I ever picked up were acting and marketing. So it's like acting, it allows me to learn and compress a large amount of information and to deliver that information. And when it comes to the marketing side, I know how to set up systems, make things work, track things, which is really, really important. I understand analytics, statistics, everything. But it all comes from me learning. And if you think, oh well, this is not really for me, my recommendation is play Tetris on a computer. Just play Tetris. Because the thing is, what Tetris is it's actually a stress simulator. You're doing a very simple logic puzzle of finding the place that you need to drop the blocks and clear the blocks out. It's a very, very simple task. But as the game progresses, the pieces come down faster, the blocks build up, and it becomes harder. So all you're doing is you start off with Tetris, and you'll see yourself getting better and better at Tetris. And this will actually influence your ability to get better at other things as well. I owe a lot to Tetris, because when I started off with computers, I couldn't do anything on a computer, but what it does is it teaches your brain to be a problem solver. So I'm going to probably do another video on it, because it's an absolutely fascinating subject, but I believe that Tetris helps me become better at solving problems. If I'm a digital marketer and there's something that I can't do, I've got to solve that problem, because it's my business to solve that problem. So I find a way to solve the problem. It's the same with dealing with spreadsheets, dealing with any part of life. But marketing's a useful skill, because everywhere we go nowadays, we live in a social world, we have interactions with other people. That skill can be used by anybody in any situation, and the more practiced you become at it in terms of selling a product to yourself, the better you will be at influencing, interacting with people and getting along with people, and it's really, really valuable. You start to notice certain things as well, because the more practiced you become, it's like you can see if someone's smiling, happy, they're getting along really, really well, they're not having a good day, because there's something different about them, and you start to spot these different things. They're trying to lie to themselves, and you can start spotting all this stuff. And this is you're just basically picking up on different cues, like something about the face, something about the smile. It's not right. It's different from how it was the day before. So you can say, "Are you all right?" You're interacting, and this is really, really good. When it comes down to it, psychology, marketing, everything, all of these different things, all of the skills that you've ever picked up in your life, it can be put together and you can sell to people. And that is what makes marketing really, really good. I mean, you can choose not to get involved in a situation like that, but it's always good to get involved. Because the thing is, at the same time, you're selling yourself as a human being, which is great. But when it comes down to it, I always think when it comes to people, that marketing is one of the best skills that you can ever learn, because the thing is, you want to be able to sell yourself, sell your products, make yourself successful, and I think that marketing is one of the best ways you can do that. Anyway, I've said my 2 cents on the subject. I recommend playing Tetris. Thanks for watching the video, and I do appreciate it. I know this was a little bit of a rambly one, and it may not have made much sense, but when it comes down to it, it doesn't need to make sense. The more you practice these things, the more you will understand the video. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you. You have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.